This is task 1H part 1, following through method 1. You've set up the main part of the booking form where we've got this data that is calculated and you can choose the church. We now need to set up the subform to work properly and rearrange some of the fields. So we're going to go back into design view. First of all, we don't need this title here, new pitch allocation. And that will allow us to make this a bit wider, and I'm going to make it wider in both directions so that we can fit all the data in that we need. Quantity. So the current price is what we're going to use as the figure, the price charged, but we will store the current price as the price charged. We don't need pitches remaining because that doesn't need to be visible. We're just going to use that for the validation. We've then got our adults and our children, and we've also got new pitch type ID. So the pitch type, that needs to be over on the left hand side, so I'm going to move that all the way over here. I'm just going to put it down a little bit for the moment, leave it in the form footer so we can move these things across. The quantity comes over to this side of the current price, and we're just making it look a little bit like the suggested layout. So I can put that new pitch type ID in now. We can see it's a drop down box, which is good. That fulfills this criteria. Pitch type should be able to be selected from a drop down list. That was because we set it as a lookup wizard when we created it. Let's get rid of that form footer now because we don't need that anymore. Let's bring the title new pitch type ID all the way over. And to make that a little bit smaller so it fits in. And then we've got the description, the current price, and then we've got quantity, and then we can put the adults and children here. And we'll just reduce the whole size of this. Oh, we don't need booking ID either. That is just used to link to this. The new booking ID, we're just going to use the value from here, and that will go into the new pitch allocation table as a foreign key. So we'll just be picking it up from that form when we do append query to add it to the table. So now if we have a look, see what this looks like. There we go. So I can select the church. I can now choose the type of pitch, give it a quantity, adults. There we go, and I can keep following through that, and what we'll see is that that data gets stored in the new pitch allocation table. Notice the price isn't stored there yet. That's fine because we're going to be using the current price, and we'll store that directly into the pitch allocation table when we do that. So that's all completed. I'm just going to delete these because we don't need them. And we've now completed most of the form. The rest of the things that you do will be along with method 2 as well, because you both follow the same part where you're going to be sorting out a validation for quantity and adding on the buttons.